So you are live and I'm live. Hi guys, how is everyone doing? Today is a Sunday. I'm joining you live from Germany. I'm here with my business partner Alice. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we want to talk about our journey. I'm from Kenya, she's from Kenya too, and we have a lot of stories to discuss. But I think we're gonna do this in series so that we don't take a lot of your time. So Alice, let me give you this opportunity to introduce yourself and tell people who you are, where you're joining us from, and then we just get started.
Hi guys! I'm really sorry. I'm just too much excited to be
Yeah.
able to finally be on this so-called go live with my business partner, Marina.
Yeah.
Yeah, this excitement is actually from my daughter because whenever she's excited, she goes like, "Hi
Yeah.
guys!"
She's
Now,
so cute. Yeah, I love it
okay,
when I see you guys online together. It's just so cute. She's just so adorable, you know.
okay.
Yeah,
Now,
so
let me introduce myself in a better
mhm.
way. Hi,
Yeah.
lovely viewers. My name is Alice. I'm originally from Kenya and currently living in the Netherlands. I am a
Mhm.
mother, just like you have heard, a wife, and a working mom. I currently work in healthcare as part time, but I also run my digital business on the side.
Mhm.
So, I moved to the Netherlands to form a family. When I first came to the Netherlands, I actually came to the Netherlands when I was a mother of 6 weeks old baby. Now, a 6 year old little girl. The journey of becoming a mother for me was really a tough journey, but
Mhm.
I learned from this journey that we can really be strong. You know, when life brings us to the unknown, we can really be strong. I felt like life threw me in like an escape room, and you have to find a way out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's me.
Hmm. Oh, it's amazing. I'm going to enjoy this live with you. Hi guys. So my name is Marina Peters. For those who are joining us for the first time, and you know me, I'm in Germany. I'm married to. I don't have a child, and we are in ministry with my husband, and I'm a health scientist by profession. Also having this online business on the side, and this is a business that we are going to talk about later, not even right now, because right now it's important that we share for you with you the journey that we've gone through all the way from Kenya to Netherlands, from Kenya to
Yeah.
Germany.
Mhm.
How was it for us, and the maybe the culture shock, how life is here for us? Because most of you, when you see that you're in Germany, we're in Netherlands, it's like wow, you know,
Exactly.
it's just amazing. People want to be here, yeah. But Alice,
Yeah.
just tell them how was it for you, like a mother of a 6 weeks old child coming to Netherlands. I don't know whether you came in winter because me, I came in winter. That culture shock, you know?
Yeah. So culture shock indeed. So
Yeah,
like I mentioned before that when I came to the Netherlands, I was already a mom of a
yeah,
6 weeks old baby. So my journey actually started at the airport, at Nairobi airport, when
yeah.
I was the only passenger there, I think, with an infant. And people were like,
Oh,
and I was traveling alone actually. People were like,
mm,
oh my God, you alone with the baby. And I
mm,
remember actually when I was in that airport, there was a guy that kept on really looking at me, and he was
mm,
not, he was just looking at me, and I think in his mind so many things were going on. So when
mm,
I landed at Schiphol International Airport in Amsterdam, it was dark,
mm.
actually dark, cold, and wet. That is
Yeah,
how Netherlands had received me.
yeah.
So I took my time. I took my time gathering my things,
Mhm,
from the inside the plane, and I had a lot, like because I knew that now my life, that phase is gone. I'm starting a
mm,
new journey, and not by myself anymore. I have a little baby,
mm,
so I was, I was really packed, and
mm,
the funny thing is that people, even the stewardess, those who are working in the plane, they were just
mhm,
busy with their own stuff. And I was the last
mm,
person leaving this plane. But then this guy, because
mm,
he was like few seats behind me, he just stood there and finally came and said to me, "Can I just help you? Because you only
Yeah.
have two hands, you know, you have two hands, you have two
Yeah.
arms." And I said,
Yeah.
please do it."
Yeah.
And he helped me and he escorted me until where now I could be able to be received by my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow, that's
I didn't know
amazing.
what awaits for me in the Netherlands. I really
Mm-hmm.
had no idea. What I knew
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm going to the Netherlands and start my life,
Mm-hmm.
because I've been to the Netherlands few times prior to me meeting my husband. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that I knew a little bit to get me started. But
Yeah.
how was I wrong? I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
So I landed. It was I came. Did I mention the year I came to the Netherlands? No,
Yeah. No. No. No.
no. I came to the Netherlands the year 2017, December.
Mm-hmm.
23rd of December was my first day in the Netherlands as a mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say, as someone who is starting a new life.
Mm-hmm.
Now I find myself in the Netherlands trying to navigate my way,
Mm-hmm.
adapting to a new culture,
Yeah.
customs, and social norms. That was
Mm-hmm.
a huge challenge for me. And for many people, I think for many migrants, it is such a huge
Mm-hmm.
challenge, especially when you find yourself in a country whereby language is a barrier. And
Yeah.
I think even you, Marina, you can testify to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is such a huge barrier, and that gives you such a major setback, a
Mm.
major setback.
Yeah, that's true.
So then
Yeah.
I started, I think few months later, I was like, I'm a social person. I think you can just tell I'm really a social
Mm-hmm.
person. And this
Yeah.
mouth, this lips,
Can talk.
but for no, for no reason.
Yeah.
But then you can imagine you're a social person, you like talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then now you find yourself to the unknown, whereby it's like somebody, like I have a remote here, and then somebody's trying to like, shh, 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 don't
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is how I find myself. But then few
Yeah.
months later, I realized that I have to, my life, I don't have to allow my life to put me on pause. I have to find
Mm-hmm.
ways on how I can, make my life normal again. So back
Yeah.
then I used to say that I find myself in the new normal. But
Mm-hmm.
how am I going to deal with my new normal? And I
Yeah.
think in everyday life, it doesn't matter what kind of situation you find your life in, but I think
Mm-hmm.
your perception is what really matters. How do you perceive the new normal? How do you
Mm-hmm.
perceive those, those things? And what really helped me was that I had to really, quickly learn how to surrender. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
like temporarily forget your culture,
Yeah.
forget how you were raised, forget what you've known so far up to that point. And that really helped me because then I was really quickly to adapt. And I think majority of people until today, because I think today I'm about 6 years in the Netherlands, but if you compare
Mm-hmm.
actually my language level with a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
has been here 20, 30 years, there is a
Yeah.
there is a huge gap. And how do I
Mm-hmm.
know that? I know that because practice, and I talk to my patients, I mean clients. The
Mm-hmm.
only language we speak here is Dutch. So the
Mm-hmm.
sooner you accept, which is very difficult,
Yeah. Yeah.
accept,
Yeah. That's true.
yeah, accept where you are and try to, just try to live your life normal. But that being
Mm-hmm.
said, what I really didn't do is to forget who I am. I
Yeah.
told myself, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make my life possible living in the Netherlands, be
Mm-hmm.
social again like I used to be. But one
Mm-hmm.
thing I'm not gonna do is to forget who I am.
That's
And
good.
hey guys, if you stick with us around, if you stick with me and Marina, you get
Yeah.
to know who we really are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I am a mother,
Mm-hmm.
I am a wife, and I work
Mm-hmm.
too. But those
Yeah.
are just my roles. So you have to stick with us around to get to know who is Alice, who is Marina, what
Mm-hmm.
and what is
Yeah.
life
Mm-hmm.
for us here in Europe. Back to you,
Yeah.
Marina.
Let me tell you a funny story. When I came to Germany, I came in the year 2009. Actually, I came as
Yeah,
an au pair. I wanted to study here, but coming here as a student is way much expensive. So you have some ways of coming here. So I came as an au pair. And
yeah,
when I came as an au pair, you register in a language school for me to continue learning German because I had the basics. I could not
yeah,
speak it that well, but I could understand a few words here and there.
yeah,
So they told me that Germans are very punctual. Germans are, correct, and so you have to try to, be correct, be punctual. So I'm coming in a new culture, and I want to be the best version of myself. So I say you're going to be punctual. You're going to do everything. You have to achieve your goals in Germany. So
yeah,
regardless of the cold, it was very cold for me. I'm not used to that. And still, I
yeah,
say, God, you brought me here, and I'm going to make it here. So I remember when I was going to school, my host family, they gave me their address to go to school. And so I went to the bus stop. And so when they told me that the Germans are punctual, I was actually expecting the bus to be really punctual. So waiting there and checking my watch, and I see a bus coming, and I was like,
yeah,
wow, this is amazing. And the bus
yeah. It's
stops,
punctual.
and I get inside that bus. And getting inside the bus, I see like these are just kids sitting in this bus. And the only word that I knew at that time was Bahnhof, which is the train station. So I look at the driver and ask Bahnhof. And the driver tells me, no, this is a school bus. Just
So you hopped in a school bus.
so he told me to just get out and wait for the next one. It will
Yeah.
take me to the Bahnhof, and the kids were looking so confused, like this black girl is confused.
Is she is she also one of us?
Yeah. So I got off and I waited for the next bus, and he took me to the Bahnhof. And yeah, the rest is history. I even got lost going to school. It was, cold, snowy,
Yeah.
and all that. But
Mhm.
despite all that, I said, I'm going to make it in this country. Nothing is going to stop me, not even the
Yeah.
snow. But
Hmm.
yeah, those are some of the culture shocks, that we experience when it comes to Germany.
Yeah.
And for me, it has been a journey, like stories after stories, from
Yeah.
doing odd jobs, because as a student you have to survive somehow. So you take any job. I remember the only job that I couldn't do was working in the kitchen, like helping. I applied in pizza hut.
Yeah.
And I was in the kitchen trying to make those pizza and everything, and it was so tedious. I was like, no, this is not for me. I remember the
Mhm.
next day I didn't come back again. But
Yeah.
every odd job that is in there in Germany, like cleaning, I don't know what,
Yeah.
caretaking, everything that you can do. I did all that so that I can just survive as a student. And
Yeah.
it's a story of perseverance. It's a story of I own my testimony. Normally I tell it raw as it is. I don't
Yeah.
tell people I'm
Mhm.
a health scientist and I came here. No, I tell them where I came from.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. So that people can also relate because
Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
for me
it's
to
been
what
a journey.
yeah, it is a journey
Mhm.
because I always say that if I have my story, you
Yeah.
too have your story. It might
Hmm.
be maybe different, not the same, but we all have stories. And
Yeah.
sharing
Right.
stories, maybe you can inspire somebody out there, and somebody can
Hmm.
also realize that, hey, I'm not going through this alone. There are
Yeah.
people who have gone through it, and there are people who will still go through it,
Hmm.
and that is life. Okay,
Yeah.
even with me, yeah. I have it, Marina. I think
Yeah.
also me, there is nothing I haven't done. Now that I'm working
Hmm.
in healthcare, doesn't mean that I just
Yeah.
find my way to the healthcare. No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, because normally they say that, yeah, in order to climb the ladder, you have to start from the first step, right? I
Hmm.
realized
Hmm.
when I came to, I must say that when I came to live with my husband, he was
Yeah.
just a graduate. He just graduated from university. So he was just
Mm.
still starting life.
Mm.
Me and my husband, we really fell in love. And I think it's that love that
Mm.
has helped us, go through
Mhm.
life up to this point. But what
Mhm.
we we did, we did as people in love. Hey, ladies, if you're in love with a foreigner, do your due diligence. Me and my husband, we didn't do that. We just let love flow, which is also
Yeah.
good. We let love flow, and
Mhm.
before we knew, we were mothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, parents. We were parents, but strangers to
Mhm.
to one another. But
Yeah.
yeah, I always thank God to the kind of man he gave me, because
Mhm.
when I came to live with him, he was just starting his life, like I said. So financially,
Mhm.
so not stable, right? So those
Mhm.
are the things I looked at, and I say to myself, it doesn't matter what kind of giant I have in my life right now, and that was the
Yeah.
language. I am going to
Mhm.
do whatever it takes to,
Yeah.
to help drive this ship, which is our life, to help make this life move
Mhm.
forward. So what I did,
Yeah.
I started just looking for odd jobs. Do you
Mhm.
know that in the Netherlands you cannot even write a CV with English?
Mm. Oh wow! Even though you guys speak a lot of English there.
No, the thing is, and I think anybody who is in the Netherlands will agree with me.
Mhm.
A lot of
Mhm.
Netherlanders, they call
Mhm.
Netherlanders, they can speak
Mhm.
English,
Mhm.
but they always want you to speak Dutch because it's
Dutch.
to help
Mhm.
you. They're just doing it
Yeah.
to help you. Before I did not understand it. Like, I
Mhm.
was actually daring. I tried to, like, make appointment to the doctor myself, make appointment
Mhm.
because my child was a baby, so I have to go to the consultation bureau.
Mhm.
I think it was every 3 months. I have to take her there. So I cannot
Mhm.
just sit at home and wait for my husband to do things. I had to know how things work, how the system
Yeah.
works. If I want to go here, how do I do it? So I would try to make a call, and the first thing I would say, that I
Mhm.
would say it in Dutch, that
Mhm.
despite me, my Nederlands is niet zo goed, maar geen
Yeah.
Engels praten. And they will
Yeah.
they will immediately say, nee, 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 nee. Ik kan je wel
Mhm.
heel begrijpen. Meaning, no,
Mhm.
you don't have to speak English because they can understand what I'm saying.
Oh
And that
wow.
really
Yeah.
encouraged me. They say
Mhm.
that just keep on doing it. Even if you make mistake, we understand you're a foreigner. And
Yeah.
actually think differently about Netherlanders,
Yeah.
because I came to realize that you have to adapt to the culture where you are. You have to adapt
Mhm.
to the things that are being done in that country. You cannot come with your own system. It will not
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
That's true.
talk about it. It won't
Yeah.
work for you. So you have to adapt the culture, whether you like it or not. But if you want
Mhm.
to live a normal life in whichever country you find yourself in, you have to
Mhm.
adapt. You have to adapt,
Mhm.
know how you can socialize with people and how things there work. And really, that's really something that helped me. So I started
Mhm.
looking for odd jobs. And why was I doing that? I knew that this will get me from part A to part B. And if I just, like,
Mhm.
when I came from Kenya, my background was actually in hospitality. I've worked in hospitality industry for a very long time, and that is what I was good at. So I thought, hey, I'm going to the Netherlands. I'm
Mhm.
just go to intercity
Mhm.
hotel and continue with my
Mhm.
with my career as a
Yeah.
customer
Oh
as a
yeah.
customer representative, because that is what I
Mhm.
was. And
Yeah.
the dreams you are going,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm going to the Netherlands. That's really different, like in Africa. But I
Yeah.
was wrong. But I first tried to apply for working in intercity hotel. Is the biggest city. I mean, it's the biggest
Mhm.
hotel city. It's the
Yeah.
biggest hotel in the Netherlands, intercity. And
Mhm.
where we lived before, it was just close to where I lived, and I could see, at night, I could see the lights of intercity hotel. And
Mhm.
I have this, like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna work there,
Mhm.
and they dress really nicely, and yeah,
Mhm.
totally official. I applied, but when I applied,
Mhm.
the response really shocked me.
What did they say?
They said that your English is not enough. You not
Oh.
only need English as a language, but you need
Mhm.
English. You need to be very fluent in Netherlands. You also need to be
Mhm.
very fluent in Germany. And I'm
Mhm.
like,
In
in German,
German.
I have
Wow.
to be fluent in German. I have to be fluent in
Mhm.
those three languages. That is
Mhm.
that is first requirement. You have to be very
Mhm.
fluent in these languages. And I'm like, my goodness, my Dutch is
Mhm.
really the native language is really not good. And now you're telling me to open. I'm like, okay. I pushed that aside, but I was really
Yeah.
disappointed. Why was I disappointed?
Mhm.
Because
Hmm.
when I evaluated my qualifications back from Kenya, they're also
Mhm.
very low. And I
Yeah.
remember
Oh.
they're totally low, and those kind of things can really demoralize you, can really
Mm.
put you down completely. And I remember after I evaluated my diplomas, I had to
Mhm.
wait some couple of weeks before I received the results. But
Yeah.
during this waiting period, my heart was really beating like dick, dick, when I
Mm.
when I think of, okay,
Yeah.
what are they gonna give me? I just wanted
Mm.
I just wanted my qualifications to rank, in a little bit middle level, or something like that. But that was
Mm.
not the case. I remember I received that mail. It was dropped on a mailbox, so I had to open
Mhm.
it. And
Mhm.
I was really, really disappointed because, yeah, I was like, where do I start now from here? Where do I start?
Mm.
When I opened that letter, my husband was behind me and he told me, don't worry. You don't have to
Mm.
worry. You know what? You don't have to even have degrees here in the Netherlands to be able to
Mm.
live the life you
Yeah.
want. If you want to educate yourself, you can still do it. This
Mhm.
is not the end of
Mhm.
things. So
Yeah.
from there on, I started looking for odd jobs. And what did I do? I work as a cleaner. I work in
Mm.
a production company.
Mm.
My first working in production company, they were actually producing, how you call it, printing company, where um,
Mhm.
they print stuff for beauty. And this
Yeah.
was a company that was owned by England people. And yeah, that company, it was really good because that is where my Dutch started
Mhm.
increasing. I started, leveling up my Dutch language. And that is why I
Mhm.
always say that you don't learn the language by just reading it on the book. You can learn the language and very quickly by interacting with people. Find
Mhm.
something to help you interact with people. And in
Yeah.
in in the Netherlands, they also have like organizations that you can go to, volunteer
Mhm.
to do something so that you can learn the language. Because majority
Mhm.
of people, and especially those people who have been here for a very long period of time and have not done anything.
Mhm.
I'm really shocked, Marina. Do you know that I
Mhm.
came up with some people who has been in the Netherlands for
Mhm.
over 40 years but cannot
40.
speak the language? Can you blame the
Wow.
country in which you live in?
Mhm.
No, you cannot blame the country in which you live in,
No.
because you're not doing your part and you're expecting things to be different. Yeah,
Mhm.
surely. I was totally
Yeah.
shocked.
Wow.
Yeah, because in the
Comfort
Netherlands,
zone. Yeah.
I had that in the Netherlands
Mhm.
before. They had actually programs for foreigners. And it was
Mhm.
so easy to learn the language if you wanted to. You would even
Yeah.
learn it for, in my time when I came, I had to pay for it. It was not free
Mhm.
anymore. Why did the
Mhm.
government decide to remove it? Because of such people. People who are coming here and taking advantage of the Dutch government kindness. So
Mhm.
they remove that. They say that you're coming here, you're obligated to learn the language. In fact, they
Mhm.
give you a maximum period of time to integrate.
Mhm.
And if this period of time passes by and you haven't done that, yeah, yeah, you run
Mhm.
a risk of going back to your country. And you know,
Yeah.
when they did that, some people did not take that seriously. And it's not long
Mhm.
ago that the case here in the Netherlands. I think it was somewhere in Den Haag,
Mhm.
whereby the lady came. I think she was, I don't know which country, somewhere in West Africa. She came and
Mhm.
she was given the same time frame I was given, and she
Mhm.
let that time frame pass by, 3 good years to integrate. And
Mhm.
finally, the Dutch government said that, yeah, you have to go. Because that is not allowed. You have to integrate. But then she thought it was a joke.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that is just what happened. So yeah, so that is what I would tell people, that if you're in a new country, yeah, try to do what is
Mhm.
required of you, so that way you also make your life a bit
Yeah.
easier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. Now, before we end our go live, just let us know, despite your journey, what we've gone through. Why did we decide to start, online businesses? Why did you think about I need a business? Because you could as well say, I have my family, I have my job, and I'm good. Why did you get started? Yeah.
Yeah, that is a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of reasons, but I'm gonna mention a few. One, and the most important reason as why I started. I'm a mother, and given the fact that I'm in the Netherlands, I also have that title, an immigrant, and
Mm-hmm.
I work part time, and I always have that what if, because as I look at myself,
Yeah.
far, far away from covering our monthly course. So
Mm-hmm.
that what if, with life you have to have that question, and you have to try your best to be able to answer that question. I have a
Mm-hmm.
I have a child that still have such a long way to go. And my
Yeah.
what if question sometimes would even cause me not to sleep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As I look at as I look at our monthly, we have a mortgage we have to pay, you have life insurance,
Mm-hmm.
health insurances, I mean, you have to pay. And there is, like, if you leave your basic needs, that
Mm-hmm.
also is totally costly nowadays. There are also basis needs that you also have to be able to cater. So my what if really made me, it was like a waking up call. I was like, I'm a foreigner, first of all, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a family here to begin
Mm-hmm.
with. If something would happen, God forbid, nothing is going to happen to my husband, but if something would
Amen.
happen to me, Alice,
Mhm,
will you be able to pick up your life from where it is
mhm,
to move forward, or you want to wait until life happens and then sets you even more back from where you started from?
mhm,
I was like, no, there must be something. There must be something. And during this time I was really, really, really hungry and thirsty and
mhm,
looking for a solution. And I was like, it
mhm,
has to be something that gives me a long term, like a
mhm,
lifetime kind of a solution. And it doesn't,
mhm,
majority of people, when they're looking for a plan B or something to supplement their income, they look for some other quick, like things that would happen quickly. But for me, I
mhm,
was looking for something that can bring, first of all, bring value in my life.
mhm,
Second of all, be the source of, like, income in the future, that I don't have to work um, more than 40 hours. Because
mhm,
when I was looking like, okay, what if something happened that my husband cannot cater for our basic needs anymore,
mhm,
able to do that. And if I able to do that with my job, that means I will have to work more than 40 hours a week. And that also means you cannot balance it all, because when you're working more than 40 hours a week and you're a
mhm,
parent, meaning that the other side of you being playing your role as a parent will have to suffer. And I was not
yeah,
ready to give up that part. And that led me
mhm.
to an online business.
Wow, that's amazing. For me, I was tired of the health issues that I was having. I was almost having a burnout because of my
Yeah,
my projects that I was having at that time. Understaffed, underpaid, and a lot of work to do, no change, and all that. I said, no, I'm not going to do this for 30 years. And for me, it reached a point where my whole body was now paining. Going up the stairs was a problem, and I'm like, so young as I am, and I
yeah.
already feel like I'm a grandmother. Physically. For sure,
Sorry,
physically.
sorry,
I
let
was,
me sorry, let me interrupt you. Like, yeah, life in Europe will actually make you feel like a grandmother. It's not a
yeah. I was like, no, no, I don't want to feel this for the rest of my. Imagine coming from work, you're tired, you're having headaches, your whole body's paining, you coiling yourself somewhere in the couch, you can't do nothing. I don't know if I didn't have a God-fearing husband who would, just stand up for me, pray for me, go to the kitchen to do the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing as a wife, and all
Yeah,
that, just standing by me. I don't know what I would have done. I was just like a zombie. That is the point it brought me to. Like, we always brag like you have careers, you have,
Yeah,
yes, I'm educated in Germany, and all that, but the kind of stress that we go through trying to maintain those jobs, and sometimes we find ourselves in toxic environments and we hang on there because we need that money. You tell yourself you need this because your parents are looking up to you, you have people to support back at home, what if, and then we just keep on moving, and our health is telling us, no, you can't do this anymore. And my body reached that point, it told me, no, you can't do this anymore. And I had to I had to have an honest conversation with myself and tell myself, Marina, if you continue doing this, I don't know where I would be in a few years. So I had to look for an option. I had to look for
yeah,
something that I can do from home, and that is how I started my online business too.
yeah,
Yeah, hey guys, we have a lot of
yeah, and
stories to tell you. Oh my goodness.
yeah, so much, so much. Sorry that
It's
we talk
so
too much,
much.
but it's just, yeah, it's just the
Mhm.
truth. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just the truth. And guys, I would really like you
mm,
to really hang around with us, because
yeah,
we have a lot of things to talk about. Like immigrant and experiences. I feel like it's
yeah.
really underrated topic, because I hardly
Mm-hmm.
hear that. And I think if you guys
Mm-hmm.
hang around with us, you'll get to, like, hear that. You'll get to hear from us.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get to hear from us that it's not really roses.
Yeah,
Like some
yeah.
people make it to look like once you move
Mm-hmm.
to foreign country, or to Europe,
Yeah.
by for example, or to America, then your life is sorted out. I
Mm-hmm.
think you have to sort it out yourself. Yeah, you have to sort it out yourself. It is just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is roses. I must say that there is
Mm-hmm.
roses, but you have to know
Yeah.
how to sow your roses, how to cultivate your roses, and be
Mm.
aware that those roses also have thorns on them.
Oh yes, oh yes. I think that
Yeah,
is the best end that you're having. Roses also have thorns on it, guys, and
yeah,
yeah, it's not all good and rosy, but you
yeah,
can decide to
exactly,
make
and
something
exactly.
change. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because this leads me to something that I witnessed.
Yeah.
Uh, months ago, I had to go for some documents in
Mhm.
Zwolle. Zwolle is
Okay.
another city, like, yeah, 2 hours away from where I live. And I went there with the train. And as I was in train, I come across someone who is, I think he's from, yeah, West Country, from Africa. I'm not going to mention where, but yes,
Mhm.
it really shocked me, because as we were interacting with one another, I told him what I do, and he shocked me with his response. And he was like, huh? At that time is when I was trying to, like, build my way to what I can do better. So I was working in that
Mm.
production company. And his reaction, he was like, a beautiful girl like you. Yes, I know I'm beautiful. But so
Yeah.
a beautiful girl like you,
Mhm.
calling yourself, you're married to a white man and working in a production company. I'm like, seriously,
Mhm.
shut up right there. Who say that if you're married to a white man,
Mhm. Oh.
it's like my hands are tied, and once I'm married to a white man, I don't need to do anything. Yeah, it is total bullshit. And
Yeah. You're reminding me of a topic. Actually, we need to do this because I'm married to a white man too, and there are a
yeah,
lot of misconceptions that people have about being married to white people. I
yeah,
think we
exactly.
need
We need
to tackle
actually
this
we need to
as
make.
a topic. Yeah,
Hey guys, we are
yeah,
going to make that as a topic,
yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, Marina and I share the same. We have that one thing in common, and
Mm-hmm.
I always say that. I always say that. Oh, we really suffer. We really suffer because we are not only suffer in the countries we live in. We actually, it's like we created another situation
Mm-hmm.
back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I always say to myself that, yeah, why do I, yeah, it feels like you've created another situation, because then people see you
Mm-hmm.
differently. Yeah, they
Yeah,
will
yeah.
see you differently. You will not be the same Marina, you will not be the same Alice, just because you have
Mm-hmm.
a white man
Mm-hmm.
as your husband.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's true. So, guys, oh, this is going to be amazing with you, Alice. All the sessions that we have to do to talk about all these things, because
Yeah,
I just love it when we come here and have that real talk. Things that
yeah,
so many people don't discuss, because most of the time we
exactly.
want to come and say like, yeah, life is rosy and all good, and but
Yeah,
actually behind every success, there's some kind of story. There are
yeah,
struggles. And if we are all perfect, then it's all lies. We have to bring those raw testimonies to you so that you can
yeah,
see that we're just people like you who've gone through experiences. And regardless of where you are right now, there are a lot of things that you can still learn, and your situation doesn't define you. Me right
exactly.
now,
Yeah,
even though I cleaned, even though I went through those different situations, still it
yeah,
didn't stop me from being a health scientist in Germany.
yeah,
It didn't
yeah,
stop me from pursuing my dreams. Yeah, but still, that is a testimony that I own, because God made me to go through that way, so that I can testify to the world, and I can help through my story. I can inspire someone who is going through the same thing, and through your story, Alice, you can inspire the same. Maybe someone is watching you, not even in the Netherlands, somewhere, just
yeah,
sitting like, I can relate. Oh my goodness, and that is
yeah,
how we change lives. You don't need to change the whole world. It just starts with your story that can
yeah,
change. So,
yeah.
Alice, some ending words before we end. I know we're going to do this series, but just give them some parting shot before we end, and then we leave this go live. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, my parting shot would be, yeah, be you. First of all, be you. What makes you happy. Don't let other people's opinion define you. Don't let your past define you, because we all have past. Like I said, I have my story, you have your story. But if we can share our story, we can make a different tomorrow for our future children and the children of the future. That is my parting shot.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much, guys, for watching us. We'll be back. We'll try to do this every single week so that we can get you insights, of immigrants in Germany, just live here, and also business insights that are going to help you to get started. Also, because many people are looking afterwards and think, how can I get started? How can I, do the business that you're doing? So we'll be coming with more series, and we'll be teaching you also step by step how you can get started. For this time, we're going to leave you, say goodbye. God bless you so much, and see you in the next live session. Bye bye.
Bye bye.